I'm the only one not invited to my own parents' anniversary. I didn't even realize I wasn't invited until I saw the pictures. It was one of those random, boring Sundays. I had just finished folding the third load of laundry. The kids were at my husband's parents' house, and I was finally about to sit down with a cup of coffee when my phone lit up with a Facebook notification. Tagged in 14 new photos. I don't usually check Facebook that much anymore. Like most 40-year-olds, I've transitioned into the Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest zone, but the sheer number caught my eye. I clicked out of habit, and there they were. My mom, my dad, my younger brother, aunts, uncles, even my freaking high school history teacher, all dressed to the nines at what looked like a pretty expensive restaurant. Candlelight white tablecloths, a huge happy 40th anniversary, gold banner in the background. It took me a second to process what I was even looking at. Then it hit me like a slap. That's my parents' anniversary party. That already happened. And I wasn't there. I scrolled faster. More photos. A family group pic. A speech my dad gave. My brother giving my mom a hug. My Aunt Debbie holding a glass of wine and doing her classic loud laugh face. I was not in a single one because I hadn't been invited. I sat there in absolute disbelief. I literally checked my calendar app to make sure I didn't somehow forget the invite. Nothing. I checked old texts. Nothing. Scanned my email. Nothing. This wasn't a last-minute casual thing. They had printed menus, centerpieces, a goddamn 3-tiered cake. This had been planned, coordinated, paid for, and apparently, I just never made the list. At first, I thought maybe it was a mistake, a tech glitch. Like maybe they had an evite and accidentally mistyped my email. Maybe my dad thought my mom invited me and vice versa. So I did the worst possible thing. I texted my brother, me, "Hey, did mom and dad have their anniversary dinner already?" Him, "Yeah, last night. It was really fun." Smiley face, a smiley face, me, I wasn't invited. There was a pause, not just a pause. I saw the 3 dots appear, then disappear, then appear again. Him, wait, seriously. No apology, no oh God, I'm so sorry. Just confusion, genuine surprise, and that made it worse. Because that meant no one realized I wasn't there. Not him, not my parents, not my aunts or cousins or anyone. Not even a single, "Hey, where's my name?" They forgot me. My own parents forgot to invite me to their 40th wedding anniversary. I didn't cry, not immediately. I actually laughed. One of those weird, dry laughs where you kind of think, is this a joke? But then it just turns into a pit in your stomach. My husband came home an hour later and I told him everything. He looked at me like I had just told him my parents died. "They what? I wasn't invited." "Are you sure? Look at the pictures." He did. And that was the moment I realized I hadn't overreacted. That expression on his face was pure disbelief, like he couldn't compute it either. We've been together for 17 years. He knows my family. He knows my parents. We have them over for holidays. We babysit their dog when they travel. We've spent Christmases together. And yet, they forgot me. That night I didn't sleep, not out of sadness, but just confusion. Like how do you accidentally forget your daughter, your first child, the one who actually remembers their wedding because she was 5 when they got married? I kept replaying every recent interaction in my head. Was I distant? Did I do something wrong? Was there a fight I forgot about? Did I offend someone? Nothing came to mind. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, I had lunch with my mom. She never said a word. The next morning, I sent my mom a message, me, "Hey, I saw the photos. I didn't know there was a party." No response. I waited hours, nothing. She was active on Facebook. She posted a "thank you everyone for coming" status, but she didn't reply. And that's where I am now. It's been 2 days. No one reached out, not even to say sorry. And the truth is, I don't even know if I want them to. I gave it 48 hours. 48 full hours of silence. Not a single text. No missed calls. No oops, we messed up. Just radio silence from the 2 people who raised me. And I'm not the kind of person who enjoys conflict. I'm the peacekeeper. The let's just move on type. But something about this didn't sit right. Not just the forgetting part, but the fact that once I found out, no one cared. The 3rd day, I had gone from shocked to pissed. So I did what I probably shouldn't have done. I got in my car and drove to their house. They live about 25 minutes away in the same 1-story ranch I grew up in. As I pulled into the driveway, I had this weird wave of déjà vu, like I was a teenager again, coming home after curfew, trying to guess if the porch light being on meant we're mad, or we're just up late watching Jeopardy. But this time, I wasn't the one who screwed up. Knocked on the door, my dad answered. He was wearing his usual worn-out world's best grandpa t-shirt and cargo shorts. He looked normal, like it was any other Wednesday. "Hey, sweetheart," he said with a smile. "Didn't know you were coming by." "Yeah," I said. My voice was flatter than I expected. "Can we talk?" His smile faltered just a little, and he stepped aside to let me in. The living room looked the same, slightly newer recliner, same ugly floral couch. One of my kids' drawings still taped to the side of the fridge. And there, sitting at the table with her crossword book and cup of tea, was my mom. "Oh," she said. "Hi, honey, everything okay?" "No. No, everything is very much not okay." I stayed standing. "I saw the photos." She looked at me, confused. "Photos? From the party, your anniversary." There was a beat, then she said it. Oh, shoot. Shoot, like she forgot to defrost the chicken, like she left her keys in the car. I didn't get an invitation, I said slowly. I didn't know there was a party until Facebook told me. They both looked uncomfortable now. My dad shifted his weight. My mom put her tea down. I'm so sorry, she said finally. We honestly thought we sent it. You didn't, I said. I checked. Every email, every text, you didn't. Maybe it was in the group thread, my dad offered weakly. Nope, not a word. There was a long pause, and then the bomb dropped. Well, my mom said carefully, we kind of assumed you were too busy. Too busy, I repeated. Well, with work and the kids and everything, you're always so busy, honey. Just stared at her. So instead of asking me, I said, you just decided not to invite me to your anniversary. That's not what happened, my dad jumped in. We thought we sent it, but once the RSVPs came in and you weren't on there, we figured, oh, maybe she can't make it. We didn't want to pressure you. They didn't want to pressure me. I felt like I was in a bad dream, like any minute someone was going to yell gotcha, and a camera crew would jump out of the hallway. I didn't say anything for a minute. I just looked around the room. That room where I used to do my homework, where I opened Christmas presents, where I told them I was pregnant with my first kid. I was your first child, I said quietly. You don't forget your first. My mom's eyes welled up. I know, sweetheart, it was a huge mistake. Was it? I asked. Because no one noticed I wasn't there. Not you, not Dad, not Ryan, not Aunt Debbie. No one texted, no one asked. We were caught up in the night, she said. We had a lot going on. I took a deep breath. Right, I said. Well, I hope it was worth it. And with that, I turned and walked out. I didn't slam the door, I didn't yell, I didn't even cry. I just left. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel like their daughter. I felt like a guest who overstayed their welcome. I didn't cry until I got home. It wasn't the kind of ugly cry you see in movies, no dramatic collapsing on the couch or guttural sobs. It was quiet. A slow leak of tears while I sat in my parked car in the driveway, keys still in the ignition, just staring at the garage door. My husband opened the front door before I even got out. Well, he asked. I shook my head. They thought I was too busy. He didn't say anything, just pulled me into a hug. That night, after the kids were asleep, I lay awake staring at the ceiling. And for the first time, I started replaying memories I hadn't thought about in years, only this time with a different lens. Flashback, I was 7. School talent show. I had begged my mom to let me perform a dance I made up. I practiced for days in my room. I wore my pink leggings and a sparkly headband. It wasn't good, I know that now, but it mattered to me. My dad showed up halfway through the program. My mom didn't come at all. She said she had a migraine. Afterward, I remember asking Dad if they liked my dance. He said, "You were great," then looked confused and asked, "Which one were you again?" He wasn't joking. He had missed my part. Flashback, I was 16. Junior year awards night. I got a certificate for perfect attendance and another for English Lit. Ryan, who was still a toddler, screamed through half the event. My mom missed my name being called because she was in the hallway calming him down. Afterward, she hugged me and said, "You'll have plenty more award nights." Back then, I never saw it as neglect. I just saw it as life. They were busy. Ryan was little. I was the easy one, the one who didn't cause problems. But now I started to wonder, was I easy or just easy to forget? 2 days after the confrontation, I got a call. My mom, I let it go to voicemail. She called again later that evening, then my dad, then a text from both of them. "Can we take you to dinner? Just us. We want to make it right." I stared at it for a long time. Part of me wanted to ignore it. Part of me wanted to go, throw my water in someone's lap, and storm out like they do in bad reality shows. But the part of me that still loved them, that still wanted answers, said, "Go." So I did. We met at a small Italian restaurant in town. One of those dimly lit places with candles on the table and breadsticks that taste like actual heaven. My mom looked nervous. My dad looked like he was trying not to make dad jokes. They both stood when I walked in. My mom reached out to hug me and I let her stiffly. My dad gave a half smile. We sat. For the first 10 minutes, we made small talk. The weather, the new Target that's opening, my kids' school, it felt like a bad first date. Finally, I broke the silence. "You know this isn't about the party, right?" They both looked up. "It's about how easy it was for you not to notice I wasn't there, that no one even said, 'Hey, where's our daughter?'" My mom's face crumpled. "I know," she said, "and we've been thinking about that a lot." My dad nodded. "We messed up, there's no excuse, and the truth is I think we've taken you for granted." That stung more than I expected. "You've always been the strong one," my mom said. "The responsible one. You didn't need reminders or follow-ups or check-ins. You just figured things out." "And Ryan did?" I asked. They exchanged a look. "He needed more," my dad said. "He still does." I didn't say anything. "We're not saying it was right," my mom added quickly. "Just that we let ourselves fall into this pattern where you didn't get the attention you deserved." And now I'm 40, I said, and I'm realizing I was invisible for a long time. She reached across the table. You're not invisible, not to us, not really. I didn't pull my hand away, but I didn't say it's okay either, because it was not yet. About a month passed. We kept in touch, sort of. A few polite texts, a forwarded meme here and there from Dad, a thinking of you message from Mom. I responded but kept it short. There was still a wall up, and none of us knew how to tear it down. Then came the family barbecue. An annual thing. Cousins, uncles, too many potato salads, held every June in Aunt Debbie's backyard. Someone started a group text, and this time my name was very much included. Hope you guys can make it. Ryan says he's bringing that weird spicy dip again. I stared at the message. I could feel it, that quiet decision point. Do I go and pretend like everything's fine? Do I stay home and become the one who's always missing? My husband looked over my shoulder. You going? I shrugged. I don't know. But I did. A week later, we pulled up to Aunt Debbie, with a tray of baked mac and cheese and nerves I hadn't felt since prom. The yard was already full, kids running around, lawn chairs set up, someone playing bad country music from a Bluetooth speaker. As we walked in, I saw them, my parents, standing with Ryan laughing about something. And just like that, I was 7 again, 16, 25, watching from the outside. And my mom saw me. Her face lit up like she'd been holding her breath. There's my girl, she said. I smiled, a real one this time. It wasn't fixed, not completely, but something in me had shifted. I wasn't showing up for them. I was showing up for me. Later that afternoon, I found myself alone with my mom in the kitchen, refilling the lemonade pitcher. She glanced over and said, I'm really glad you came. Me too. She hesitated, then said, Can I tell you something I never told you? I braced myself. Sure. She looked down at her hands. When you were little, before Ryan was born, your dad and we had a miscarriage. My heart caught in my throat. It was early, but it hit me hard. I went into this weird fog for months. I tried to keep going, keep being normal, but I just disconnected. I didn't say anything. I hadn't known this. I think something broke in me, she continued. And when Ryan came along later, I think I overcompensated. I clung to him. And with you, I told myself you didn't need me as much. You were already strong, already fine. I swallowed hard. I was not really. She nodded, eyes glassy. I know that now. I'm so sorry. We stood in silence for a long moment. And then she pulled me into a hug, not the light, polite kind, but a deep, shaking one, like a mother trying to hold on to something she nearly lost. And maybe, in a way, she had. On the drive home, my husband reached over and took my hand. You okay? Yeah, I said. Actually, yeah, I think I am. Because sometimes the party isn't the real issue. Sometimes it's the years of quiet missing, the space between we love you and actually showing it. And sometimes healing starts not with forgiveness, but with being seen.